Title: Zion Bus. The sun had barely risen when the old, creaky 14-seater bus marked Zion Express pulled into the dusty terminal in southwestern Nigeria. The bold inscription on its windscreen read, "Heaven bound, no turning back." Word had spread that this wasn't just any bus. The driver was said to be different, strict yet gracious, always on time, never changing the route, and only filling the seats with those willing to journey purposefully. One by one, passengers began to arrive. The first was a young man with a Bible tucked under his arm, fire in his eyes, and a voice that carried. He prayed loudly as he boarded the bus, declaring, "I must make it to Zion." But soon after settling in, he realized he had forgotten his phone and worse, his ID card. He told the driver he'd be back in a moment. "Just wait for me. I came early," he said. But Zion buses didn't wait for unprepared passengers. While he had zeal, he lacked readiness. The bus driver nodded politely and said nothing. As the young man stepped off, another man near the rear window caught sight of a beautiful woman walking by. Without hesitation, he jumped, calling out to her with a half smile. "Sister, where are you heading? I can show you a better ride." The young woman replied, "That will be great." The passengers chuckled, shaking their heads. He never returned. His desire for flesh was greater than his desire for the kingdom. He gave up eternal direction for fleeting attractions. Moments later, a man in sunglasses boarded and spotted a woman seated by the window, prime seating. Without greeting, he said, "Madam, I beg shift inside. No me go sit here." The woman looked up calmly and replied, "I came before you and sat by the window. You can take the inside seat if you want to sit here." The man scowled. "Know who you dey talk to like that? You know fit shift." She didn't raise her voice. She looked him in the eye and said again, "You're welcome to sit, but I'm not moving. I got here first." Offended by her firmness, the man scoffed loudly, howled a verbal insult under his breath, and stormed off the bus. He could not handle being corrected by a woman and not in public. His pride had no room for humility. Then came two passengers, friends who tried to strike a deal. One would sit on the other's lap so they could pay for one seat. It seemed reasonable to them. "Driver, we go manage. He go save us money." But the driver shook his head slowly. "No shortcuts on this journey. Every seat is counted. Every soul must carry their weight." They begged, but the driver remained firm. They walked away, disappointed. In their minds, they saw sacrifice as a harsh, optional discipline. But Zion's road isn't for those looking to reduce the cost of commitment. At last, the seats were full. 12 passengers. 12 hearts. Each one was prepared, focused, and sober. The driver shut the door and started the engine. The first man came running, panting, waving his phone. "I'm back. Please, I was here before everyone." But the driver looked at him and replied, "You were here. But you left. You knew the time. The bus is full." He begged. He cried. But the bus pulled away slowly, heading toward the rising sun. And as it faded from view, a quiet voice from inside the bus whispered, "Many are called, but few are chosen." His Zion bus is always boarding, but it doesn't wait for those who are zealous yet unprepared, those who allow the lust of their eyes to detour their calling, those too full of the pride of life to sit in humility, or those who seek to cut corners on a narrow road that requires sacrifice. The kingdom of God is not for the casual traveler. It is for the focused, the disciplined, the surrendered. So, will you be ready when the Zion bus comes your way? Or will you be delayed by distractions, pride, or a comfortable compromise. The seats are few. The call is now. The door won't always stay open. If this story inspired you, please don't keep it to yourself. Kindly subscribe, like, and share it with someone who needs a reminder of what truly matters.